and singing will be Eve Kornhauser. And the composer again is Osnat Netzer. And thanks again to Suzanne Katchko.
And the lyricist is Toby Jesurum.
So this essay is the first essay that Toby wrote. She wrote about 6 or 7 of them, and they're all wonderful and short and very human. And this one is called The Sixth Day in the Likeness of God, and it was written in 1992. On the 6th day of creation, God said, "Let us now make man in the image of God." 2 questions arose and persist to this day. Who is this us that God is speaking to? And what exactly is the likeness of God? Before we can answer, a quick review of the first 5 days is in order. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth still had no form, and the darkness was everywhere. It's almost as though a dreamer had awakened to consciousness. It's dark here, he thought, and he said, "Let there be light." And the whole universe lit up. And God called the light day and the dark night, and he saw that it was good. This act of creation must have taken a lot out of God. This is all he did on the first day. Did he sleep that first night? We are not told. On the second day, the light was there, and God saw the chaos all around him and surrounding the newly formed earth. He created the firmament with waters, clouds, below the firmament, and waters, the Milky Way perhaps, above. And he saw that it too was good. On day 3, God continued his work. He separated the dry land from the seas and went on to command the earth to bring forth vegetation that will propagate itself. God had just created nature, and in doing so, he separated himself from nature. This alone made the Jewish God unique. The gods of other nations at that time were all part of nature: sun gods, fertility gods, moon cults. This God created nature and presides over it, and of course he saw that it was good. The 4th day comes, and God hangs the luminaries in the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, to shed their light on our earth. God then commands time to be divided into days, weeks, months, years, and seasons. God has created time and now presides over it as well. On the 5th day, God is in full stride. He creates every living creature that lives in the sea, from the plankton to the whale, that flies in the air, from a moth to an eagle, and commands them to procreate. On the 6th day, he creates the creatures who dwell on the land, all those that dwell on the earth and on it, and he was very pleased. On the afternoon of the 6th day, God says, "Let us now make man in the image of God, both male and female he created them." We are back to the original question. Who is this us that God is speaking to? And what is the likeness of God? Rashi, the great Jewish sage, felt God was talking to the host of angels, which he had created at the same time he created the whole world. Christians use this us as proof of the Trinity. Feminists feel this phrase recognizes the dual sexual nature of the deity. There is no evidence in the text for these points of view. Other scholars felt that God saw himself as so powerful that he spoke of himself using the magisterial we. But power is relative, and God was unique in the world. He compared with nothing and no one. The other question that has been asked repeatedly is, what is the image of God? The usual divine attributes, omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, these certainly do not apply to man. Nor do the qualities of perfect wisdom, perfect goodness, perfect justice. In fact, the only attributes of God that we see in the first 6 days are that he has imagination, he can create, he can speak, he can judge goodness, and he names things. Now, these capabilities are very much in line with man's. So who is this us that God is speaking to? None other than the as yet unfinished Adam. Perhaps God would have engaged in conversation earlier, but nothing else that he had created could understand or especially reply to speech. But now God has finally created a creature in his own image. One can almost hear God speak as he's molding the earth and clay. You, Adam, are my supreme achievement. You are truly my son. You are able to do things I can do. You can speak and you can create. You will have the ability to judge. You will create history and literature. Your dreams will be of heaven and beauty. You will create art and music in many languages. As time goes on, you will create great cities and even greater nations. Adam, you will create me and recreate me as you grow, and I promise I'll grow with you. And you will have the ability to create yourself over and over and over again. You, Adam, let us, you and I, create man.
Especially the poignant dog barking.